Today's lesson, converting units of measurement involving distance.
Hi there, friends.
Don't mind me, just practicing my baseball swings.
Am I holding this thing right?
What about now?
That's better. You know, I was sitting here thinking while I was practicing my swings how useful a baseball bat is to teach math.
This baseball bat is an excellent way to teach measurement. How can a baseball bat teach measurement? Well, let's get started to find out. What are some things you typically think of when measuring?
A ruler. Measuring tape.
Yes, both of those things are very useful tools.
Measuring tape and rulers are both great resources to use for measuring something called distance.
Distance is the amount of space between two things. It's also known as length. When measuring distance, we use some common units of measurement. These are inches, feet, and yards.
And for my runners out there, we can also measure miles.
Inches are those teeny tiny units of measurement. Give yourself a thumbs up because a thumb is about the size of 1 inch. Inches are often recorded on a ruler. On a ruler, we go all the way up to 12 inches. And with that, we can measure those smaller items. The length of this pumpkin is about 3 inches. The next unit of measurement is a foot.
Kapow!
But ironically enough, a foot is not the same length as your actual foot. A foot is made up of 12 inches, just like a ruler. So the whole length of this ruler is 1 foot. My countertop measures 1 foot. We also use feet to measure things like our height. I am 5 feet tall. I'm actually taller than that. We then get into some units of measurement that are a little bit bigger than a foot. That next one is called a yard.
Like my grass yard?
No again.
A yard is equal to 3 feet.
We use yards to measure big distances, like the length of a football field. And he's headed down the 70-yard line. Now, I bet you're wondering what that bat was for earlier.
Because my wooden bat is exactly 3 feet, which makes it the same as 1 yard.
The length of my bat is a yard.
So my door is almost 2 yards tall.
Now there's a way we can make this easier. You want to hear it? This is my pal Yard Man. Yard Man has 3 feet. 1, 2, 3. And on each foot, there are 12-inch long hairs on it. Somebody needs to shave. Yard Man teaches us that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. And each foot, 1 foot, is equal to 12 inches. So now me and Yard Man are gonna do some math. My buddy Axel is 2 feet long. So how many inches is he? When I'm trying to figure out how many inches are in 2 feet, I'm gonna use a process called converting. Converting is when you change a form of measurement from one unit to another.
I want to know how many inches are in 2 feet.
There's an old saying, horse to fly, multiply. So in measurements, we think of our horse as being the bigger unit and our fly as being the smaller unit. So from feet to inches, my feet is a horse and my inches are a fly. To represent that, I'll put an H underneath my feet and a F for fly underneath inch. Horse to fly, multiply. But what am I multiplying? So think about it. You got horses and you got flies. A horse is a big animal and a fly will oftentimes land on the horse. So think about it in math, how many flies landed on my horse? How many flies landed on my horse? So how many inches are in a foot? Nothing my good pal Mr. Yardman can't help us solve. Yardman has 3 feet, but each foot has how many inch long hairs? 12. So to answer that question, we'll multiply 2 times 12 because there are 12 inches in a foot. 2 feet is the same as 24 inches. Axel is 24 inches long. Axel's leash is 9 yards long. So how many feet long is Axel's leash? So I'm trying to figure out 9 yards converts to how many feet. First, I gotta label my horse and my fly. Yards are bigger than feet, so yards is my horse, feet is my fly.
Horse to fly, multiply.
Ask yourself, how many flies fit on the horse? How many feet are in a yard? How many feet does Yard Man have? 3! Yard Man has 3 feet, so I will multiply 9 times 3. 9 yards equals 27 feet.
Axel's leash is 27 feet long. Wow, that's a long leash.
And that's all for today with Math with Miss Jewell. I'm gonna go find some more things to measure.